We are live, and welcome to today's training. I think we'll give everybody just a moment. It's technically at the top of the hour. We'll let people start to log in here. I did want to tell everybody that you are in the right place if one of the three things is true. Okay. So first off, we're talking about marketing today. Specifically, we're going to give you a 12-month marketing calendar that you can use for finding leads, engaging customers, and having a much improved year when it comes to getting clients. But you know you're in the right place if. This is almost like, you know you're a redneck if. You know you're in the right place if, one, you have trouble finding leads or finding new sources of leads that turn into customers.
I think that's everybody.
I know that's all of us, right?
So
but
that's a given.
The things that we're going to share with you are the strategies, the tools, the techniques that we're going to share with everybody today, Gary, are ones that in our own pursuit of trying to solve that problem are the solutions that we've come across, as well as our clients have come across, that we're going to share with you. So you know you're in the right place if you have trouble finding leads or new sources. You know you need to do marketing, but struggle finding time to get it done or getting it done consistently.
Well, I think that's everybody, unless you've hired somebody and outsourced it. You know, it's.
So I know, again, this is something that we've struggled with in our own real estate business, and we wanted to share with you guys things that have worked to produce that consistency in marketing.
So that's number two.
That's number two. And then number three, if you're here because you're looking for some innovative strategies to get and find and engage customers and prospects, well, you're in the right place.
Well, so, I think that probably speaks, all three of those speak to me.
I know, they speak to me.
And so it's got to be speaking to you. So welcome to today's live training. We do have a lot of people coming on right now, and we want to welcome you to our very first live training of the new year. So welcome, thank you for joining us. Chris, remind everybody what we're talking about today.
We're talking about the 12-month marketing calendar. We're gonna go into specific detail for 12 months on what you can be doing to market, to engage clients, to find prospects, and add a little spice to your lead generation.
Well, Cindy just said, yes, I need something new, innovative, and different.
Yes,
well,
we're gonna be into that.
All right.
I wanted to set a specific expectation. Plan on being here for at least 75 minutes. I know that might buck the trend of what most people do, but I've just got too much stuff to share, and I didn't want to have to cut it short. So go ahead, plan on being here 75 minutes for content, another 30 to 45 minutes for Q&A for those of you who have questions, and that is what we're going to be doing today. I also wanted to set another expectation, is throughout today's presentation, I'm going to be sharing some details about our marketing club. Okay, a marketing club is, well, I'm going to tell you more about it later, but at the end of it, we're also going to make a special offer for those of you who are interested in our marketing club. And I think anyone who's looking for a self-service marketing solution, this is going to be for you. But we'll talk about that more later. If you want to get a preview of the calendar that we're going to cover, let me just share my screen for a second so you guys can see what it is, right? That way you'll know, okay, this is what we're going to be talking about, because I don't want to leave you guys hanging at all. I want to be able to set the expectations so you're like, all right, if I'm going to be here 75 minutes, what the heck are you guys going to be talking about? So let me do that here real quick, Gary. Whoops.
Okay, do me a favor. We want to make sure that you can see Chris's screen. So if you can see that 12-month marketing calendar on your screen, please go to the chat section and say, yes, I can see it. Plus, here's the other thing that helps us do. Is it helps us know that you know how to use that chat section, because at the end of our training, we're going to get into Q&A. And so what we need you to do during this session is to ask a lot of, okay, everybody can see. We need you to ask questions, because otherwise we won't have anything to answer in Q&A. So make sure that you ask questions. We have a full support team flagging those, so we'll know what to answer at the end.
Now, in addition to the 12 months of marketing content that we're going to share with you today, we're also going to cover some cool, innovative tools and apps that we're using to implement this calendar, because a lot of our time savings comes from two things, right? When it comes to marketing consistently, we need two things to do it consistently.
Okay, what's that?
The first is we need to have a good idea, some good ideas on what to send out, okay? That's like half the battle is knowing, what should I be sending out, okay?
Yes, because I've seen horrible examples of that.
Now, the other side of doing it consistently is being able to have easy ways to send it out.
Well, yes, because if it's not easy to send out and it's too difficult and time consuming, what happens?
We just don't do it.
We don't do it. And that is the downfall of all of these marketing ideas, is that for one of those two reasons, we don't have the good stuff to send out, good ideas, and we don't have easy ways to do it.
Yeah. So these are some of the tools. I'll probably jump into some more while we're in here. I'm not going to explain them all on the slide because we're going to talk about it in detail. Now, they may be, if this is the first time you're joining us for a live training, you might be saying, who the heck are these guys, right? And so if you're wondering, who the heck are these guys who are going to be sharing with you today?
We ask that same question
all the
time.
Sometimes. It's like an identity crisis. No. Let me go ahead and introduce Gary here. Gary Kreth is our sales and business development expert. Gary sells real estate right now. In fact, we've got a number of transactions in the pipeline. So he's going to be speaking to and bringing that real world experience of what are we doing right now? How are we engaging customers right now using these 12 months of marketing activity? Now, Gary's got 21 years of top producing real estate sales experience. He's been featured by Apple Computer, and he doesn't go on as many listing appointments these days because he's very picky and selective on who he's going to work with and the price points that he's going to work with. But at the peak of his career, he was going on 6 listing appointments every single week with over 50 pending and active listings, pretty much single-handedly. So we're going to be
Those were busy days.
I know. Well, and the thing is, filling that pipeline is going to, everything we're going to be sharing with you today are the things that are necessary to keep that pipeline full of quality customers, of quality prospects and leads. And so that is who's going to be training you today.
And this gentleman right here, this is Chris Scott. Chris, you have been a marketing expert in the real estate domain for almost 20 years now. What year did you start?
1999, July of 99.
Well, there you go. That's 20 years. So Chris has been doing this for 20 years. He is a digital marketing expert in the real estate domain right now, which is really important to you, and he's actually the reason that you're here. He started his career as the head of consumer marketing for Brian Buffini. He worked side by side with Brian Buffini for 11 years, which is incredible. Then he moved to Austin and ran a sales and marketing division for an Inc. 500 winning company. And while that's like really, really impressive, and a nice feather in his cap, what's really important is now he's taking all of these lessons, all of that know-how, that specific knowledge, and he is working side by side as my business partner in Kreth Partners, which is our real estate firm, and here at the Paperless Agent in Kreth Partners to actually help us generate leads, market. He has implemented this 12-month marketing plan into my real estate business, and he's also sharing everything that we're doing at Kreth Partners with you through this live session. So that's who you're learning from today.
Okay, I saw a couple of folks asking to pull this particular slide up
again. Yes, I saw that as well.
Here's the 12 months that we're going to be covering. Take a quick screenshot of that.
Take a screenshot or take out your phone and take a photo.
And now, without further ado, let's get into the first month, which happens to coincide with this month. Now, a little caveat, guys. As you're going through this, you're going to want to do everything, and that's good. But when we look at these 12 months, I want you to pick and choose what you believe you can achieve. Some of these things are more important than others. I'll be honest. Some of these are more effective than others, but we like to do as much as we can because we like to get as much high-quality business as we can. But the first thing is to, for the theme for January, is producing a real estate market update report.
Now you may be asking, well, why would I do this in January?
Well, the people who are going to be listing and buying in the next February, March, April,
heck, May, June, July.
They are choosing who they're going to work with now.
Right now.
Because based on the customer journey, when you look at the online search process, the active search process, and closing, by the time they get to active search, they're already working with somebody.
Got it.
Right? So we have to get to them in those several weeks or several months in some cases before they solidify who they're going to work with. And one of the best ways to do that is to engage what their interest is, which is, how's the market?
How's the market? But not just that, Chris. What does it mean to me?
And
right, because they can go pull market statistics from your local board. They can get those stats anywhere they want. But what they need is this. So this is the difference. A consummate professional in real estate actually takes this data and I don't know,
Interprets
and translates it into what does it mean to you if you're looking to buy, and what does it mean to you if you're looking to sell right now.
Now, Gary, you did this using Facebook Live.
Yes, yeah. In fact, because you told me to. Chris said, hey, I need that next market report. I said, hey, no problem, I'll shoot it right now. He goes, yeah, but I want you to do it on Facebook Live.
Yes, the reason why I asked you to do that is Facebook is favoring those communications that appear like one-to-one communications as opposed to one-to-many. And Facebook Live is a highly engaging format that is designed to be you speaking to somebody, right? You might be speaking to more than one person, and the benefit of Facebook Live is a lot more people see it, but that is the format that it likes to receive that information. So a very, very valuable way to share this. Now, what did you do? You just went in and...
Well, what I did is I just started a Facebook Live. I had the camera set up, had some decent lighting, and what I did is I took the market stats that I downloaded from my local board, and I said, hey, wanted to let you know, these are the market statistics right now. The market is starting to shift a little bit. And what does that mean to you if you're looking to buy a house? Well, this is what it means. And gosh, what does that mean if you're looking to sell a house? This is what it means. Then I made a call to action, an offer of help. I said, by the way, if you need specific information for your specific situation, just send me a message here on Facebook, and I'm happy to respond and tell you what does this mean to you and or your family in your specific home situation.
And then I went ahead and I ran a little ad to be able to get some additional traction on it.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't break the bank, Gary. I spent $2.93 to be able to...
You didn't even get to $3.
I didn't even get to $3, and here's the results that I got. 353 people watched it, 31 people clicked on it to learn more, 2 people shared it, 183 people viewed the whole video. Now, here's why this was effective. I did not just promote this to anybody. I specifically put this in front of people in our database.
Which is really, really critical. Please say that again, Chris.
Yeah, so what I did is I uploaded our database of 567 contacts. This is the people in our sphere of influence, our past contacts, people who know us. Took that database, I uploaded it to Facebook and said, just show this Facebook Live video to that group of people. And because I was limiting who I put it in front of, it only costs $3, less than $3.
The cost is, it's so effective to get in front of your database this way.
I lied a little bit, Gary. In addition to your database, I also put it in front of anyone who viewed our website in the last 180 days.
Perfect.
All right,
yeah.
so
which is really valuable because, gosh, if they've come to our website, what does that mean? They're interested in buying or selling real estate.
So what this is using the Facebook ads platform. What you're seeing here is where I get to choose who I'm going to place the ad in front of. And you can see the custom audience first is people who visited our website at crethrealestate.com. Visitors from the last 180 days, and then you also see Gary's database there because I upload the database into Facebook ads and then just promoted this to that group of people. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, I don't know how to do video. I don't want to do a Facebook Live. I don't need this. This whole idea of sitting in front of a camera might be a little bit scary. I've got 2 or 3 different options for them. Okay.
Yeah. This is the second way, right? Number 1 is you need to know good stuff to post, which you just shared is market stats. Now you're going to show them an easy way to do it.
An easy and free tool available.
Boy, those are both some of my favorite words.
So if you guys are not familiar with this tool called Soapbox, you need to check out Soapbox. Let me show you how easy it is to create a video using Soapbox. It's just a Google Chrome plugin.
Okay.
Did I say it was free?
You
yes,
did.
I did say it was free. And all you have to do is, here's a different version of it. You could pull the stats. In this case, the example I'm going to show is, let's say you wanted to talk about a property and share a video about talking about one of your listings.
Yeah, why would you not?
Why would you not? Well, you could pull up the web page for that listing. Okay, so like what I have here. And then I mentioned that Soapbox is a Google Chrome plugin.
Sure.
So at the top right-hand corner, you'll see the little icon that I would click on there. It's a little video icon. And then what it does is it pops up, all right, start recording. Let me zoom in on that so you guys can see what it looks like.
Look at that handsome devil.
So all I have to do is hit record, and it'll ask you to select the screen that you want to record from, as well as it's also going to record from your camera simultaneously. And you can't really see this, but there's a little red icon, that icon turns red to let you know that it's filming. And then after you're done filming and talking, it'll pull this up. Now, the video probably is not going to look exactly the way you want it to look. Like you might be making a funny face like I was doing right there. So what you could do is very easily, at the bottom, you see there's a little scissors thing right there. You could just clip the video to where you want it to be. So you can clip the front end, you can clip the back end, but it doesn't stop there. So that format's cool, right? So you've got a video and then your screen being shared, but you can also choose where you want to go, full screen on yourself or full screen on your desktop or the video sharing. So you just click on it, you'll see there's this little pop-up that shows up. I can make it show the entire screen as part of the video. I can make it show all of me. Just click, 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 all right? But it's not done yet. So it's very cool because you can also customize this video. You see at the top there where it says customize video, you can actually add a call to action. So the video is clickable, right? So when you add a call to action, what I did is I just put in here, click here to check out this listing, for example, and then you drop in the text as well as the link, and then when the video is done, when people are watching this call to action pops up and they can click and take action on it. That's very powerful. And then they make it easy to share. You don't even have to have a Wistia account, which is the provider of this tool. It'll host it for you. You just copy the URL, share it, post it, do whatever you want with it.
That's awesome. So what you could do is then you can take that URL and you can post that in Facebook.
Yeah. Facebook, wherever you're going to use it. Yeah. You could drop it in an email. You could put it on your website.
So you can embed this on your website?
You could do whatever you want with this. So it's so easy to make these types of videos, right? Here's another one that we did on the Austin housing market update. Gary, this is one that you actually filmed, right?
I did.
By the way, it doesn't have to be high production. Look at where Gary's like in front of some trees.
I'm actually, so Chris messaged me, and I was on vacation in Italy, and he said, hey, need a market update. Can you shoot it for me? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm at a coffee bar. What am I going to do? And I look across the street and there's a park. And I said, yeah, you bet. So I grab my headphones, my little AirPods, go across the street with my iPhone, shoot this, upload it to you, done.
Now, I want to point out something very specific. When it comes to doing this type of content, whether it's Facebook or anything else, particularly in the area of social media, we have to, and this is what most people overlook, it is what's the message or messages that we're putting into our post, into our advertisement. So I want to break this particular one down. So there's high value content in the form of the video with you sharing some information.
Sure.
But if you skip up to the top, you'll see what the offer is being made. So it's not just sharing the information, we're offering also, if you're interested in this, message us so that you can get a complete report, a written report on what's happening in the housing market.
Right.
So then they can click, and what we do is we send them this market report. And in this case, it's how's the market, what's ahead for real estate. So you're looking at the effective call to action, because going from video to, I want to schedule an appointment with you, might not be the most efficient means of getting that person.
No, we have to continue building trust with them, right?
And we have to make micro conversions. So the person who says, yeah, I want that report, what they're doing is they're raising their hand. In fact, people who watch the video, they're kind of raising their hand saying, yeah, I'm kind of interested.
It's like, hey, what else you got there?
The person who says, I want that report's like, I'm really interested.
Yeah, I'm all in at that point.
So what we do is we send this report. It's got valuable information. It's tied to the video that we put out. And here we have a complete campaign, right? We're sharing some video. We are sharing some market information. It's about the housing market, right? And that is what you can do for January in the first month.
So that's the first month. You probably just got so much value out of that. You're like, okay, wow. But we still have 11 more months.
11 more months. Now, I mentioned I was going to be talking from time to time about our marketing club. Let me just take 30 seconds to tell you about one of the benefits of our marketing club. Okay. Our marketing club members get a digital marketing campaign every single month with prospecting letters, so on and so forth, reports. In fact, this report that I'm sharing is one of the ones that we provided our members that we also used for ourselves. Yep. So I wanted you guys to know that our marketing club members get marketing materials delivered to their inbox every single month so that they can more easily implement campaigns like this. But let's move on to February, which is the Move Up program. This is really important, Gary. And you know what? I found a relevant stat that surprised me about this.
Okay, what's that?
Now, first off, one of the things that I wanted everybody to understand is that the percentage of people moving, you know, usually you think, oh, they're going to be in the home forever. You know, like 5 years, 10 years. I think that the average is 9 years.
Right.
However, when you zero in on certain demographics, people move a lot more frequently. Here, get this. If you Of the people who moved last year, according to the National Association of Realtors, of the people who sold their home and bought another one, so they sold the home and bought another one, right? 30% of those people were between the ages of 35 and 44, and they had been in their house less than 3 years.
Wow. This is all new data to me.
Yeah, I just downloaded this report the other day, and I had to share it. Get this, if they are between 18 and 34, right, so like most 18-year-olds aren't probably buying a house, but if they're in their late 20s and they moved between if they're under 34 years old, they were 46% of those people moved. Of the people who purchased, it was 46 in that demographic. So I highly encourage you to rethink who's moving. If I just sold somebody a house, look at this. Even 10% of them was 1 year or less.
Yep.
In that demographic of 35 to 44. Now, this particular campaign, Gary, is one that you designed because I asked you one day while we were sitting here, Gary, if your next meal depended on you getting a deal right now, what would you do?
Yeah, my instant response is I would market my Move Up Buyer program to everybody in my database.
And what is it?
So, the Move Up Buyer program is researching your database and finding the people who have lived in their house for more than 3 years. Now, I would actually amend this based on the data that you just shared.
Yeah.
Can you change that now? I'd change it to 2 years.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you think about it.
So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to find everybody who's lived in the house for more than 2 years who's in my database. Now, I know we have a lot of newer agents here who are listening, and you may be saying to yourself, but I don't have anybody in my database, or I haven't sold any houses. Doesn't matter. It's everybody that you know who lives in your area. You can go research them in the MLS and find out how long they've been in their house. Anybody who's been in their house for 2 years or more then receives a very quick market analysis. Now, if you're thinking, but market analysis take me 15, 20 minutes each. No, they don't. Go to RPR and use RPR's very quick analysis, then send it directly to your customer from RPR, but we're not done. Then you must follow up with a message to the customer. So if I sent this to Chris, which actually I sent you one a few weeks ago.
It's pretty cool.
And I said, then you follow up with a phone call or a text message or a Facebook message and say, hey, Chris, this is Gary. I just wanted to let you know I just sent you a market report. And in fact, by the way, we have a full script for this email. And you go through and you say, it may surprise you to learn that you have over $250,000 of equity in your home. And right now, your home is worth about whatever amount that is. That's surprising, isn't it? And do you want to show that?
I'll show the email in just a second.
So then it's just a really valuable way to follow up and engage with people in your database who are most likely to move.
Yes. Now, the reason why we're doing this is a couple of things. If you look at the effectiveness of this campaign, first, we are going right after a specific group of people, right? So effective marketing first requires that we put our attention on the right person. In this case, it's somebody who's been in their home, who lives in their home for at least 2 years.
Right.
The next thing we have to do is produce good messages, right? So in producing a good message, one of the criteria or one of the things you want to make sure that's included with the message is value. So what you've done by producing that quick CMA, which only takes you a minute or two in sending that out, you're providing value in a very highly customized message to this individual.
Right.
Now what that does, because we've segmented and we're targeting the right people, we've produced the right message that includes value, now that bought us the opportunity for follow-up, right? So make no mistake, all 3 steps are required. You don't want to just jump to follow-up without having done the previous 2 steps.
Which, by the way, that is, as you always call it, that's context for the conversation.
It is a context for a conversation.
So here's the number one reason we as realtors don't pick up the phone and call people that we know and talk about real estate is we don't know what to say. What we just did is we told you exactly what to say.
Now, let me get into a little bit more detail for those of you who this kind of sparks an interest. This is what the email copy or something like this you would include. You would customize this based on what you're going to say, but I just wanted to share with you some email copy so that you can see how we're introducing the report that we're emailing out to these individuals. Hey, Gary, in reviewing my records, it looks like you've been in your home for over 4 years. Now it'll be like over 2 years.
Right.
Isn't it amazing how time flies? Out of curiosity, I took the liberty of running a market analysis on your home to see its current estimated value. You can see the analysis attached to this message. Did you know your home's value has increased by approximately 20% in the last last 4 years, that's an $80,000 increase. Historically, people move every several years as we go through life's changes. If you're thinking of moving in the next 18 months, I wanted you to know about my Move Up Buyer program. When you sell your home with me and buy another within 90 days, you'll get a credit towards closing costs so you can really move up on your next move. Now, a little caveat there, you can do whatever you want for your Move Up Buyer program. That's just the version that Gary's using right now. You'll want to test that to see which versions of it work better for your database. It's not like this is the thing that it has to be. You just have to have something called a Move Up Buyer program. It might be a home buyer direct asset program. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be doing a credit towards closing. Are you curious about what's for sale? If you'd like to access my customized search tools, send me a quick message. Thanks. P.S. If you have any friends or family members who could benefit from my Move Up Buyer program, please tell them about it. Because of you, I'd be happy to make this program available to them.
By the way, you can do this starting today.
Right.
And this is a really, really valuable campaign, but you may want to start it in February.
Now, we mentioned the follow-up part to it, right? So step 1 was finding the right people. Step 2 is producing the message and sending it out. Then step 3 is doing follow-up. So follow-up, the most effective follow-up will be calling them, followed by maybe messaging them, right? Text messaging them.
But there's another way that we can get in front of them too.
I would do those 2 things first, and then I would also, as a last measure, run a Facebook ad to the group of people that I did. Now, here's an example of a Facebook ad that you can do where you would just, remember I showed everybody that you could, or I told everybody about uploading a database of people that you could market to? Here's an example of running an ad like that. Now, I wanted to introduce you to something else. For those of you who are doing stuff, anything on Facebook, one of the things that you do have to be aware of is the need for creating instant or mobile experiences that people will be able to easily consume on their mobile device, because over 80% of the Facebook traffic happens on a mobile device. Now, here's the little sad thing to it. That's a little wiping a tear away thing. Here's the sad thing to it. Unfortunately, when people go from an ad and then they click on an ad and they go to a website, about 60% of that traffic is lost. Do you know why?
Why is that?
It takes an average of 8 seconds to load a web page from Facebook using a mobile device, right? And so what happens is we're losing a lot of it. The solution to it is to use Facebook's lead generation ad, right? Because it's an instant experience. It is right there, right in front of them. They don't have to go to somewhere outside of Facebook. It literally goes from ad to viewing the landing page, and it's all in Facebook. So you see the example of the Facebook ad there. It pulls up instantly what is a lead form. What it also does is it makes it to where it pre-populates their contact information.
I love this.
Okay, and then they submit the lead form. They are shown a thank you page. Voila, lead generated, right?
I mean, people can do this while they're driving. They shouldn't, but they do.
So this type of campaign is ideal for your database. You might even, once you've accomplished that for the database or sphere of influence that you have, the Move Up program can be extended to specific neighborhood farm areas that you're working on as well. Okay, moving along. Let's get to March.
March, boy, we're going to pick up the pace here a little bit because I know we've got a lot more months to go.
All right, so marketing real estate on Facebook and Instagram.
This is really pertinent. We just had a lot of questions about Instagram. So.
Okay, well, good, because we're going to be talking about it. This is not, by the way, this is not just posting new listing on your business page or on your personal profile,
right.
Okay? This is going a step further. Let me show you the dynamics of what a campaign looks like. With this specific implementation that we're talking about. So it's creating an ad in Facebook or Instagram, right? And I'm going to share with you later that the advertising platform for Facebook and Instagram is the same advertising platform. So you only have to do it in one place to show up in both places. In fact, it's just a checkbox to show up in Instagram. But we create an ad in Facebook, and then we want to show them content about that listing on a website, a landing page, where they can learn more and see more about that. So that is the structure of this particular piece. Let's take a look at what kind of results you could get from this, right? So this is an actual campaign that we ran for one of our listings, and it went from this ad for this listing. It's a carousel ad format, right? So ad formats, ad content, the copy are very important. If you're not getting good results, it's likely because you're not creating content that the Facebook algorithm and machine learning wants to see. More on that later. But we have this well done ad, and then it's going to this landing page. And you can see to market this particular campaign, spent $40 to get it in front of 2,500 people.
Boy, I'll tell you, Chris, when I was doing print ads, to get it in front of 2,500 people, I would have had to spend over $2,500.
Let me show you another example. Here's for one of our listings. This is actually, by the way, well, this is under contract, almost under contract.
No, it's almost under contract.
So, we are accepting backups on this one. This is one of our listings that we have. It's actually a famous tennis star. So if you have any referrals for this listing, I think there was a price adjustment. It's now $5.75 million. It's a great deal for this.
You can live in the home of Andy Roddick and Brooklyn Decker right here in Austin. Give us a call.
So if you have referrals for this, we are accepting backups. Now, all seriousness, that's serious too, but in all seriousness, what we did is we took a video and then I put that video and I ran an advertisement for this video, and I spent a little bit more because I expanded the scope because I'm really trying to brand us as being a luxury firm. Spent $70 to get it in front of 6,986 people.
Now, can I share with everybody a recent outcome of what we just did?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So these things, I just shared this with Chris this morning. These actions that Chris performed actually had somebody go to our website, check out, investigate our website, investigate our Facebook page, Google
Instagram account.
And Instagram, and then they emailed me. And they said, hey, I see what you guys have done with Andy Roddick's house. I need to buy a luxury house in Austin. They're going to be buying a $2.5 million house in Austin, and their son is relocating here as well. They're going to buy him a $1 million house. So because Chris took this advertising campaign in March, that we didn't do this in
Actually,
March.
I think this was ongoing. This was, I think I did.
No, but we're in March.
Oh, yeah, we're in the March month
campaign.
Yeah. By the way,
this is going to produce over $3.5 million worth of business. Boom. And how much did it cost, Chris?
I know. All said and told, I've probably, for all of the marketing for AngelWatt, I've probably spent $300-400 on it.
$300 or $400. So out of that, we're going to get over $100,000 in gross commission income. Boom.
Not bad, right? Video, and I really like the use of video for getting people's attention on not just Facebook, on all of our advertising platforms. And one of the things that Facebook found is that people who watch video, in this case it was on Facebook, but people who watch video, even just for a few seconds, have significant impact on their brand awareness and their purchase intent and their trust that's being built, right? So if they watch a video for 10 seconds, there was a 65% increase in the brand awareness.
That's incredible.
If they watched it for 3 seconds, there was still an impact, right? Now you might be saying, gosh, I don't know about doing video. I'm scared of doing video. I understand.
There's easy ways to produce really high quality video right from within Facebook.
You might want to, this is a good, like Facebook will turn photos that you have into a slideshow video. In fact, I think I can get away with, Gary, pulling it up. Here's our business page. You can come in here and you can create a photo or video and create a slideshow. And then just come in here. What you'll do is you would select some photos. I'm not going to actually take the time to upload all the photos. I'm just going to select a handful here that are already there. So I would select these photos. I would change the transition to a fade. I would make it 2 seconds. And then this is what it looks like. So all of a sudden, it's producing a video that will display that, in this case, it's a 10-second video. I can add up to 10 photos, and so that it'll play longer. I can even add music. They've got royalty-free music here that I can just plug in and start using. How long did that take me? That did not take long.
7 seconds?
That did not take long
7 seconds to create that video on Facebook.
Another really cool thing, let me get out of here, is another really, I'm wondering if it'll display. I think it's this one right here. Yep, it's this one. So give it a moment. It might be a little choppy because it's video on top of video, but what this video does is it actually displays text as you're walking through.
Which is really important because how often are you sitting there scrolling on your phone and you don't actually turn on the audio, so we want that text to show up.
To be able to add that text, what that does, that adds value to the video, because now if I'm standing at the gas station and I don't want to turn my sound on, if I'm standing in line at a gas station waiting to pay or whatever, I don't want to turn my sound on, I'm still getting value by watching the video, by reading it. There are some very cool tools like legend.im, which is just an app that you install, right? It's an app that you install so that you can create videos and have this layered text. Another way you can do it is add captioning, right? So if you create a Facebook ad with a video in it, you can also add captioning into the video,
awesome.
and it'll auto-generate it, so you don't have to like sit there type.
Oh, it automatically
It'll auto-generate. You just need to read through it, because sometimes every now and then
there'll be typos. I mean, of course, because when you're on your phone, how many times do you use Siri and there are some typos?
You know, like if you say, hey, you got to check this stick out, right? It might like not interpret that the right way. So you want to make sure you just read through that and make sure it's right. But marketing real estate doesn't have to be video. You know, some of our best performing ads are using this carousel format. And this is an example. This is another one of our listings.
Well, it's under contract
It's
now.
under contract right now. And it's... you know, it's a beautiful home in the Westlake area. If you're interested in buying a home in the Westlake area, please contact us. But you can see what I've done here is I've used the carousel ad format to be able to put our professional photography images. And remember I said about the copy and how important the copy and image selection is? One of the things that you're seeing here is pay attention to the little mini headlines. They are enticing call to action. Right? A lot of times people don't get good results from Facebook because they're just not putting quality stuff in there. And what I mean by quality is not just quality content, so to speak, but quality marketing copy into the ads. So what I'm doing here is I have 1.829 Westlake area of Austin. So now immediately I know what this is.
Yep.
See the preview of the copy next. It says see more photos and info, click learn more button. So as they scroll through here, what they're seeing is new offers to be able to take action to either click the learn more button.
Because you never know which offer of help is going to strike somebody.
You want to know statistically, the more they click into the ad, the more they are to click to the next step. Statistically, the person who clicks is more likely to click again than the person who doesn't click at all. It's just a fact of stats. So one of the things that we want to do is make sure that we are creating engagement, including reading, clicking, sharing, but any form of engagement or interaction with what we share so that they're going to be more likely to take the next step. Dr. Robert Cialdini, in his book, Principles of Influence, talks about the commitment to consistency, meaning if I do one thing, I'm likely to take the next step, right? So we are building that into our actual ads, which you see here for this particular one. And so let me just keep scrolling through there. Instagram.
Well, like you said, Chris, you can run the same ad on Instagram and Facebook. It is literally a checkbox.
Yeah, you don't even need to have an Instagram account to run advertising on Instagram.
That's awesome.
And I know Instagram is going through a pretty big shift where for a long time we were able to get a lot of organic reach, and it's still a great way to interact with people, but the algorithm that's determining the news feed for Facebook that also determines which ads show up in the news feed is the same algorithm that's deciding what shows up in our Instagram profile. And it's using not some basic simple steps. It's using machine learning, right? Machine learning to decide this. So it's not like you can game the system. The machine learning is smart enough to read what is in there and discern what kind of advertisement is this? How are people responding to it? What is this promoting? Is this promoting something that's good, or is it unsubstantiated, or like what is being talked about here? The machines are very smart. Now here's what I would share with you. Machines with people are even smarter than machines, but I don't want to get sidetracked.
Oh my gosh, this right here. Les says, doing this, do we need our own listings right now? I was about to ask that question, and bam, there it is. I don't have any listings right now. What do I do? There's several things that you can do.
Yeah, so one of our clients, who's a member in our club, Ted Williams, he decided, and it was actually, it was around a time of year where he didn't have any actual listings. He had like one or two, but he wasn't that excited about them to promote them because they were lower end. So what he did is he did a recently sold. He just converted this into a recently sold. And recent is relative, my friends. Recent is very relative.
You know what recent is to me?
What?
12 months.
24 months. I mean, heck, who cares, right? But seriousness, what you can do is, all right, look back in history and what are the best ones that you sold, and create a recently sold. Accomplishes the same thing because you're engaging people on this real estate.
Now, I want to answer a question that I know is coming up. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively do this. But what if I have never sold a house before? Not a problem. Here's what you do. You go to your broker, knock on their door and say, hi, broker. I want to run this advertising campaign. Can you share with me which listings that the brokerage has sold recently that I can advertise?
So, you know, problems like this come up often where you have these types of questions, and oftentimes other people in our community, other people in the industry, other real estate professionals have the answers. And one of the features of our marketing club, remember I said I was going to mention the benefits and features of our marketing club during this presentation. One of the features is that, oh, wait a minute, is that you get access to hundreds of ad templates.
So
right?
you are answering a question right now that Lady asked is, do you have the steps on how to create this and the landing pages, etc.?
Yeah, so we have a template library in our marketing club, and you get ad templates, there's checklists and how-to guides so that you can implement some of these very same things. Included in there are also member-submitted ad templates.
Yep.
So not just the stuff that Gary and Chris are doing, but the stuff that other people in our community are doing that gets shared. In fact, I did a member training yesterday, and I was sharing the top 7 remarketing ads from Facebook that our clients had submitted. So I did mention, what am I about to talk about here? Oh, I mentioned a little bit about this concept of marketing to our database.
Yes.
Right? By the way, this one ad that Ted did, all he did was market this to his database. He didn't go outside of his database. What he did is you go to audiences in Facebook. So I'm going to give you a little preview of how to use the Facebook tool to upload a database. So you go to the audiences feature, you create an audience, okay? You click on the create audience button, and then you just say customer file.
Okay.
And then
And you upload your database.
Yeah. Now, if you're wondering why we feel so comfortable talking about utilizing Facebook and why I encourage you to do it, is we've spent well over, I think it's approaching now $800,000 in Facebook over the last...
Yeah, this is an old screenshot here.
This is from October, so I'm pretty sure we've breached $800,000 on Facebook advertising over the last 5 years or so, maybe 5.5 years. And so we've taken the lessons that we've learned, and like the great benefit of getting information from us is we have skin in the game. We're selling real estate. We're putting our own dollars behind these things to see what's working and what's not working.
And then what we do is we then train our marketing club as to exactly what we're doing.
April, we've got open houses. I'm going to pick up the pace, so I'm going to kind of skip through this one, but you can take the same listings
Well, this
that
is
you're
very
marketing.
similar to the previous ones.
It's very similar, but it's just focusing on April open houses. And the reason why is open houses, if you ask the right questions to the people who are coming to there, granted you promoted it well, then you are going to find more opportunities. In this case, we promoted an open house, spent $45 to get it in front of 4,000 people. For May, we want to talk about improving your online identity.
You want to talk about criticalness? This is critical. That same lead that saw our Facebook ad then Googled us and went online to find out everything about us. So we had to have an impeccable online identity.
Yeah, whether they're getting a referral from somebody or whether they've seen some advertisement, they're
doesn't
interested in
matter.
working, what are they going to do? They're going to Google you, right? And what are they looking for? Well, according to the National Association of Realtors, they're going to choose, this is specifically for home sellers, based on the reputation of the agent. That's paramount. So why are they Googling us? They're trying to discern the reputation that we have because maybe they don't know us, maybe they don't know somebody who specifically knows us, so they're going to go online to validate it. Even if they know somebody who knows us, who refers them, they go to online to validate
Ultimately,
it.
what they're doing is we are working to build trust with that prospective customer, and they won't pick up the phone to call us. They won't email us until we've built enough trust.
So what happens when people Google you? Well, when people Google Gary Kreth, they're going to see a bunch of stuff about Gary. They're going to see our videos that we have, right? So all of a sudden, trust just goes, wow. And talk about engagement. They've Googled Gary. All of a sudden, there's these YouTube videos showing up in the search results for Gary talking about real estate.
Here's another thing. You know what she told me? I've seen every video that you guys have recorded.
It's engaging.
It is engaging.
They're hungry to learn about us at that point. They're researching us because they want to be able to say to themselves, can I trust this person? Are they good at what they do? Are they competent? Well, one of the ways to be competent is to be able to share your knowledge and expertise. And so that's one of the things that we focus on because you don't want to lose opportunities as they're being generated. Because someone Googles you and they're like, I don't even know if this person's really selling real estate. I can't even find them online, or what I see about them doesn't seem like a lot of information. So that's the focus of May. June, we're going to switch gears here a little bit and go through and take a look at an older technology that is still very, very effective.
So you may be asking yourself, or you may be asking your computer screen. Chris, what the heck is a professional dossier?
Well, do you guys have a resume that you ever send out?
No, I'm a realtor.
Of course not.
What do I need a resume for, Chris?
You know, it's actually why, I talked to a LinkedIn expert yesterday, and he said 80% of people, well over 80% of people, before getting on the phone with somebody, if it's under some kind of professional context or their a service, they look at their LinkedIn profile. That stat blew me away. I was like, wow, that's...
Well, you know what I did, Chris? I actually paid for the premium version of
you got
LinkedIn,
that?
And this is why. I knew people were looking. I wanted to find out who. You know who one of those people is?
Somebody who...
That lead that just contacted me.
See, that's why that previous month is so important. Well, if we take the time to work on our online identity, one of the things that we can also do is take some of that and produce a professional dossier. This is like a resume light.
Yes.
Okay? All you do is you drop a bio, some of your reviews, some recent work, some specific actions that the people can take advantage of, and just email this out to the people that you know. The old school technology that I was referring to is email.
Yes.
Email as a harvesting mechanism is very, very effective. What did you say? The people submitted a request via our website and then you emailed them, right?
And I emailed them.
That's emailing. So what you want to do is create this professional dossier. Here's a template. And then what you do is you email it. And here's the message of the email. Your friends and family will thank you for this. Have you ever found yourself in a serious bind? You'd be surprised how often I run into people who are trying to buy or sell a home, or my clients at, and found themselves stuck at a standstill or heading for disappointment. Though I'm always happy to help these folks, they wouldn't have been in this situation if they hired the right professional to start with, which is the point of this message. Because you're part of my network, I want to make sure everyone you know won't find themselves in a bind when buying or selling their next home. If you know someone who is thinking of buying or selling, please use my recently updated professional dossier to refer them to somebody they can trust.
Me.
They will definitely appreciate you and helping them avoiding a major pitfall when they go to buy or sell a home. So
what you just did is you just offered a referral tool.
It is. Remember, what I say they're going to base it off of? The reputation of the agent? Well, what better reputation can be produced when somebody who knows you says, oh, you know what, you're thinking of buying or selling a home? Let me forward you Gary's professional dossier. Yeah. He might be able to help you. I think he can help you really well because of that reputation.
That was June.
That was June. July. This one's a little bit different. Again, we're going to utilize email marketing, but the concept here is not about the email marketing. The concept is something that I observed in Gary's business that kind of still to this day fascinates me, and I think that we don't leverage it enough, by the way.
I know.
Gary has this network of professionals, business owners, entrepreneurs, like it's this professional network that he has relationships with that can be. And a lot of our business comes from this professional network. But you, because you're in real estate and you're referring out some of these people in the professional network, you can create a relationship in which you're providing them value, and in exchange, no, you're not going to ask for referrals or anything like that. In exchange, you're buying their attention and their time, right? Just to pay attention. So let me give you an example of what this looks like. First off, you need to build a list of people that you know who can be your professional network.
And how do you do that, Chris?
You sit down and type it into an Excel spreadsheet. Whatever.
You just need to figure out all of the vendors that you would personally use and then refer to other people.
A painter.
A painter is an ideal thing. So you want me to read this real quick?
A painter, a plumber, a candlestick maker.
What is that?
I don't know. There's like some.
Okay, he's got 4 kids, so it's coming from something like that. So the subject of the email is, why is a realtor writing about paint? Hey Chris, did you know a fresh coat of paint on the inside of your home can make it feel like new? It can also help you get top dollar if you're thinking of selling your home. This month, I'm featuring my trusted connection for taking care of your home painting needs, Jim Steele of Steele Painting and Remodeling. Since you're my client, I want to give you access to my professional network. What's that? In my line of work, I've always looked out for people I can trust to take care of my clients. My professional network consists of the service professionals, business owners, and local firms I trust and recommend. If you are thinking of getting some painting work done, message me and I'll make a personal introduction to ensure you're treated like a VIP. P.S. I love this. I love Chris does this with all of our P.S. Since you're my client, Steele Paint and Remodeling is offering a special offer. As my client, you're entitled to 1 free room painting service when you paint 2 or more rooms. Contact Jim Steele.
So what we're doing here is we're providing tremendous value to this person who we refer. Right now, who else is doing this for them? right? They probably,
Nobody.
you know, you have a lender, you have a title, you have all these people who you interact with and refer on the daily, and you can really expand that to be doctors, lawyers, professional service providers, accountants, right? But what you're doing is you're taking that network and saying, I'm going to provide you value. In exchange, right, they're also providing value to your database because the trust.
Absolutely. And you know what happens here, Chris? When your customers text you or message you, it opens up the opportunity for you to call them and say, hey, Chris, I'm going to introduce you to this painter. By the way, are you painting just because you want like some fresh paint, or are you thinking of selling? Because you know, when I got your message, I did a little bit of research and I found that in the past 3 years, you've accumulated over $80,000 of equity in your house, which means that you now have enough money for a down payment on another home.
Well, you know, some of the people, if they're doing remodeling, if they're doing painting, they're doing updates, many of them feel like those are things they have to do before they can list and sell their home, right? And so those are oftentimes steps they take that are signals to us that they might be thinking of making a move. All right, I mentioned that, you know, utilizing a professional network. I wanted to talk about a different type of network that our marketing club members have access to when you join our club. And I remember I said I was going to be talking about our marketing club from time to time. You have access to a network of like-minded folks. Fellow marketing club members share their best practices and advice on our private Facebook group and are featured on training and education sessions. You know, for me, this is where so many of my ideas come from to implement in our real estate practices. What are other people who are killing it? What are they doing? You know, I mean, I've come across people who are selling $80 million a year in our private network. People who have got just Facebook ads that are producing 10 leads for every $100 spent. Like, it is crazy what kind of folks are in there.
We have members in our club who are in Canada, the United States, and actually all around the world. And it is a great networking service where you can engage with the smartest people in the industry.
Okay, so moving on to August.
August.
Omnipresent marketing.
Chris, what is omnipresent marketing?
I think the easiest way to describe this is people within your sphere of influence or people who've engaged you in some way, right? Like that person who would have seen our ads, started responding to us, go to our website. Like once she hit our website, she was bombarded with marketing.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Like she would have seen our ads because we've got YouTube ads, we've got Facebook ads, we've got Instagram ads, we've got the whole sphere of stuff that can be sent to them is being sent to them. So omnipresent marketing is when a prospect or a client can't go 2 steps without bumping into you.
Which is exactly what happened with this lead, well, now a client, is she said, man, I see you guys everywhere. That is omnipresent marketing.
Now, the way we implement omnipresent marketing is through this concept of retargeting or remarketing. Basically, what it means is that you're just going to show a specific message to an audience that has already engaged your marketing, right? Just like that individual, that client, where she engaged one component, now all of a sudden we're putting lots of messages. What it does is it combines an audience with a message. An audience with a message. That's what makes it effective because they've already taken a little bit of a first step. When they take that first step, they're more likely to take the next, but they have to be invited back, and remarketing accomplishes that. Audiences for remarketing can be past clients, it can be website visitors, people who engage you on social media or even watched a video that you've posted online. The messages that you remarket to the audience must be specific and have a purpose, right? Meaning that she visited our website, now she's seeing that like a specific campaign that we have running, and if she visited our website, here's what's happening. She's seeing ads for all of our listings. She's seeing things like videos that we've done on how to choose your real estate agent. She's getting offers of help on getting lists of homes. She's getting, oh wait, let me go back a second.
Was there a dog there?
There was, but that's something else I wanted to show you guys. So this remarketing, what's taking place is that trust is being built. Right?
Remember that one word I said earlier, trust? That is the most important word that you can take away.
So this individual, because of the first engagement, and it was off like advertising and stuff, the first engagement led to follow-up engagements, and those engagements were all designed to build trust, build confidence, demonstrate our competence. You know, what did she say? She had seen all of your videos because we're putting them out there, and it's not like we're just hoping that she comes across them. We are specifically using remarketing to put them in front of them. We use Facebook ads as well as Google ads to do that. Facebook ads is probably the easiest way to accomplish remarketing. I did want to share with you a remarketing ad that one of our clients is using that is crazy. I just had to share it with you because it's fun and it's interesting. So one of our clients produced this ad. It's cute. It's got this little doggy on there, and it says, "We noticed you haven't grabbed your free list of homes for sale in, let's just say Austin under $300,000 yet. Hurry, one lucky person wins wins a free puppy. Not really, but isn't it a cute picture? And then get the best homes for, in this case, under $300,000 homes.
Please tell me you're going to start doing this.
I
need this done for us. This is so cute.
So this, you can use Facebook ads. You can also run ads on Google. One of the things that we do is we run ads on Google, whether it's search ads, whether it's display ads. We definitely capitalize on YouTube because there's literally 1 billion hours a day of YouTube videos being watched, which is more than Facebook and Netflix combined. So there's a example of a video. And so what we're doing is we're just taking all of these marketing assets and saying, all right, and it's not like we have to keep creating new stuff.
Right.
Because it's remarketing. It's just showing it to the right people who've already engaged us at some level. And so one of the things I did want to point out for the people who join our marketing club is that you get access to our training library where we have hundreds of how-to guides and checklists like how to market on Google Ads, how to do a YouTube channel, how to build your online identity. And I just wanted you guys to know who are thinking maybe the club might be something you're interested in to check that out.
So I actually have a lot of people asking questions. How do I join the club? Stay tuned. We're going to get to that, but we got to get through the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so September, the MVP, Monthly Value Program, by far the most profitable thing we do every month.
Absolutely. And this is something, if you want to write this word down, consistency. This must be done every single month once you start it.
Yeah. So what we're doing here is we're just sending our clients, people in our sphere of influence, people who've interacted or engaged with us with valuable content related to real estate. So here's an example. Blog post on the 7 steps to a seamless. By the way, what's important here is not just doing one, but all of the different places that it shows up, because this implements that omnipresence. Remember, we were talking about that in the previous campaign, because people will see a blog post, right? They're going to see the report that you're going to send to them, right? They're going to see that you've posted the same content onto Facebook. They're going to see that same content on Instagram. And then we're even going to send an email out letting them know that, hey, here's the information that we've sent out. Now, I will say, getting this part done, if it's done for you, which, by the way, this is a marketing material that our club members receive. We give them a full campaign every single month just like this. And then you're going to send an email out. Now, you might find sending an email out to your clients might be a little scary because you haven't sent one out for a while.
Which I am guilty. Chris came to me and he goes, Gary, when was the last time we sent something to our database?
So if you're going to send out that valuable information, you might feel a little concerned about sending it out the first time, which happens. It actually happens more often than you know. You might like get on a good path of sending it out and then be like, Gary, and don't send it out for 8 months. How'd you let that happen? So Gary said, it's been a while.
Did you say 3 months?
I thought it was like 8 or something. Yeah, 6. So I asked Gary, hey, when's the last time you emailed our stuff? And he was like, oh, it was just a little bit ago. Well, maybe a little bit a while ago. I was like, 1 month? 2 months? He was like, okay. So I was like, well, you can't just send this out, Gary. You can't just send this out without making a confession. And so what I did is I authored a confession letter so that he could re-engage. This is a re-engagement letter. If you haven't been communicating with your clients or if you're a sphere of influence for a while, this is what you need to send out. This specific email generated how many dollars?
This one generated over $120,000 of gross commission income.
Because he hadn't sent it out for a while, there was some pent-up demand. So all we did is we sent this letter out. It says, hey, Gary, you're entitled to a confession from me. I haven't stayed in the close contact as I would have liked to, and I apologize for this. Recently, I've recommitted myself to working by referral, and now understand the kind of people I want to work with, just like you. What does that have to do with me, you might be asking? In order to work by referral, I intend to take even better care of you and earning your referrals in the future. My first order of business is to take care of you by providing you with tools, resources, and real estate tips and advice from time to time. And so then we attach that first piece of information. By the way, this is something I learned from working with 11 years with Brian Buffini. It was like all about the engagement. Engagement. So we sent that out, and we're able then to stay in better contact.
And I'm going to answer a question that I just saw. Yes, when you join our club, you get a copy of that letter as well.
Yeah, you get all of that stuff. That's one of the templates that are in there. Now, October, share your expertise on Facebook video. Why is this important? Because the customer journey is a lot longer than it used to be.
It ain't, hey, let's go buy a house right now.
No, and we want to make sure that during the online research phase, while they're looking at properties online, which can be up to 7 months before they go into active search, which is when they've already signed on with somebody, that we are a person that is in the list of consideration. So what we do is we like to share our expertise, because what better way to demonstrate competence than getting on a video and saying, this is what I know. This is how I can help you. This is the information that I have for you.
Yeah, for example, this one is buying and selling homes in real estate's off season. So we talk about what is it like to buy or sell a house in Austin in the off market.
Another one, so I gotta be honest, what I did is I created a Facebook ad because I don't like, you know, I'm lazy sometimes, to be honest with you. If there's an easier way to do something, I'm going to do it. So I created a Facebook ad, and it just loads all these video tips that are in there, and it shows to the right person the one it thinks that that person wants to see. So this video, this is a carousel ad with videos in it. So it's got you know, Austin housing market update. Are Austin homes overpriced? And when they click on it, it takes them to our webpage where they can watch a longer version of the video. Couple of tips for speaking online for video is these are adapted from Dale Carnegie. Pick one main point, stick to it. Talk about something you know so that you're not like, yeah, the Austin housing market. Like, research it before you talk about it.
You need to look like an expert.
Yep. So sound like it by talking about something you know. Get yourself excited about it.
Kind of like as excited as we are sharing all of this with you.
Easiest way to get excited about something is to dive into it, research it, understand it, get excited about sharing that information with people who can benefit from it, and be eager to speak. Become an evangelist of the information that you're going to share, and that's exactly what we do. Now, we share that information on Facebook. We put this stuff onto YouTube. One of the ways that we demonstrate our expertise is by doing what Gary coined as a walking video tour of a listing.
All you'll do is you'll take a video camera, you're going to do a walking tour of the home as if you are showing the home to the people who are watching the video.
Yeah. Now, I take it an extra step, and I take that and I run a Google ad or a YouTube ad for that video. For this specific video, by the way, Gary, you saw that there's like some almost 2,000 views. When I actually took a screenshot from the ad account, it was 2 cents per 30-second view.
Incredible.
And it was viewed over 2,000 times.
You remember that whole brand awareness stat that you showed? Is that if they watch it for more than how many minutes? Or how many
10 seconds.
For more than 10 seconds.
Well, this video, let's see, this video is like a minute 50, and people watched 55% of it. So they watched over a minute of it.
Right? They watched a minute of this video. Talk about brand awareness. It's incredible.
Okay, we're getting to the end of, but we've saved some of the best for last. So November, you can talk about selling in the off season. Now, in certain areas of the country, January may or may not be, or November may or may not be the off season. Modify your calendar as such, but just talking about what's relevant. So when it's the off season, one of the ways to engage people is talking about selling real estate in the off season. Because if someone who's thinking about doing it, like, I don't know if now's the right time. So-and-so, I said that you should never sell a home during this time of year, but we know that it is a good time. So we just share that expertise in a video. The theme there is talking about selling in the off season. I've saved probably the best for last.
I love this. The client welcome kit. I love this on so many different levels because number one, it gets you in front of everybody. You provide useful tips and expert advice to potential buyers and sellers. You show the advantage of working with you. Like, what does it mean to work with me? You make specific offers of help. Chris will get into this and show that to you. And you set expectations on communication and experience so that they know what's about to happen. My favorite part of this is an assumptive close, is that I'm assuming that prospective people and everybody in my database are already clients of mine.
Now, this is a way, it accomplishes two things when you look at the results. First is it turns more prospects into customers because we're treating prospects like customers from the beginning instead of treating them like second-rate people. Second-rate folks, right? It's the same person, just different parts of the buyer journey. Here's the other thing it does. This is the most effective referral tool that you can put into people who know you into their hands. Why? Because now they've got something when they're having a conversation with somebody saying, "Oh, we're thinking of moving. Oh, let me send you my Gary's client welcome kit. It's got great tips and stuff in there if you're not already working with somebody, okay? Let me show you what's inside there." And by the way, the format that you choose to use, it doesn't matter so much as the information is presented and presented well. We choose a digital format because we're linking to videos and stuff like that, but all it has is information about them. It has some home buying resources. We put links to the videos that we created previously for our other campaigns on home buying, videos that we had where we talk about home buying. You may not want to do video. You may want to link to blog posts. You might not want to do blog posts. Link to the National Association of Realtors information on this stuff. They have it available, link to relevant articles. We talk about the advantages of working with us, and then we make a specific offer of help. Now, these are marketing principles. Whether you're using this in your client welcome kit or anywhere in your marketing, you want to make sure you're looking at the messaging and what's inside here. So we're taking what you would normally do to help a buyer and saying, my home buyer direct access includes market updates, i.e., feed from the MLS, private tours.
Oh, I do that all anyway.
A buyer hotline, your cell phone, and a free consultation, no cost obligations, right? So just making specific offers help. We don't want to stop with buyers. We also want to address it for sellers. Give them home selling resources, make the offer of an expert home value analysis. We call this a listing appointment.
Oh, boy.
Right? We're just talking about it a little bit differently. Hey, do you want a consultation? No. We're saying, hey, you're going to get comprehensive pricing assessment, tips and recommendations on how you can increase your home's resale value, market updates on housing inventory and things affecting your home, right? So we're taking what would normally be a listing appointment, turning it on its head and making it something that's valuable and a specific thing that they can engage with, right? That's a marketing principle. We let them know that we're going to be sending out the monthly reports, the value reports that we showed you, right? We want to let them know so we can set that expectation. And then we let them know that we have a professional network that they can
Which we already discussed as well.
All right, then we make it easy to get a hold of us, and then we actually attach it to an email.
And send it to everybody in the database.
Send it out, right?
So not only is this reintroducing all of your services, because here's the thing, your clients might not know all the things that you offer them, and so we need to let them know about this. And not just clients, just everybody in your database. So send this to everybody who you know using this email.
All right, so what I want to do is I've talked a little bit about the club, and I've also showed a bunch of templates. Right?
Yeah, I actually got a lot of emails saying, how do I get those templates? Because they were excited about that.
There's a couple of templates that we specifically talked about. Our client welcome kit template, a professional dossier, and I'm going to show you how you can get these templates. You can get these templates when you join our club, okay? You get the templates when you join our marketing club. What the heck is our marketing club? Our marketing club is real estate's best self-service marketing solution. Let me tell you what you get. If you don't have a big brand budget, okay, this is for you. If you don't have a big brand budget, if you struggle to find new leads or new lead sources, or if you don't want to be held hostage by some of the big home search sites, and you're looking for new innovative ways to do things, then this is a program for you. Also, if you want the support of people who care about you and what we do as a community, then this marketing club is for you. Let me show you what you're going to get in the marketing club. I already throughout this conversation, we talked a lot about here's what you're going to get, here's what you're going to get. Let me summarize it for you. Okay. You get a marketing campaign every month, a full marketing campaign with reports, with emails to use, with blog posts, with Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest posts. Heck, we even give you phone scripts and messaging scripts that you can send out. Also included is a marketing website that has landing pages so that you can market listings as well as make lead generation offers of help. It's not meant to replace your existing website. It's meant more for lead generation and creating that good, solid online identity for you. Just one more place for people to come across you. That's what one looks like right there. That's included when you join our marketing club. You're also going to get access to our template library with hundreds of ad templates, tools, resources to make implementation easy. Things like that template that I shared with you, which is the My Apologies engagement letter if you're trying to get a hold of people. In fact, all the emails that I talked about today are templates that are included in our template library. You're also going to get access to our training library, which is separate from our template library, that includes hundreds of how-tos, guides, and checklists that you can do things like run ads on Google, do things like create a YouTube channel, do things like improve your online identity, do things like improve your LinkedIn profile. All the things that we talked about, we've covered them in topics in our training library. We also have live training twice a month for you to be able to get your questions asked. Don't worry if you can't join us live because we record it and put it into our training library. You have access to a network of like-minded folks who are sharing best practices, advice, and referrals. You can easily cancel this. This is a membership, so you can easily cancel. Hassle-free, no questions asked, no contract or commitment. How much does it cost is you're probably asking yourself.
I have a ton of questions who are asking, How much does it cost, and how do I join?
You'd be spending hundreds of dollars from other firms collectively. Marketing materials, I know that's about, because we've spent the money, is about $100 a month. We know that a marketing website's like $100 a month. We know getting training from some of the better trainers is $100, at least $100 a month, and having access to a strong network starts at like $100 a month. Well, when you join our marketing club, it's only $67, all right? So it is such a low cost compared to what you would have to do to get those things separately. And here I've got, I don't know if you guys can see this all that well, but this was a testimonial, or like somebody posted on Facebook publicly, so I just grabbed a screenshot of it. It was from Michael. He says, everyone spend the $67 a month to get full access, total access to videos, as well as the training videos, and the private Facebook page that connects you to, I think he says 8,000 folks across the nation. I can't remember how many people are in there. The Facebook private group alone is worth it. The coaching or the training also has great tips to share with your team. Always have a way to expand business. He says that he's an agent in Orlando and has been in our marketing club for 4 months and has been watching S&G. I'm assuming he's using my last name and your first name.
Scott and Gary.
But Chris and Gary do their thing for over a year. Consistently the best program I've ever seen. Thank you, Michael. I'm also going to throw in a little bonus gift when you join our marketing club today. I'm going to throw in our Facebook Marketing for Real Estate program. Any of the stuff that I was doing today, if you're not really quite familiar with it, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to do everything in this program. You need to use the Facebook advertising platform. It's got templates, it's got checklists, lots of people using Facebook to generate phenomenal opportunities. We show you how to do just listed campaigns, open house campaigns, lead generation ads, and a whole bunch more. I'm going to leave it with one more story from a client, Teresa, who says, I want to say a huge thank you to the Paperless team. Thank you, Gary, Jordan, and Chris, and the whole team behind the scenes. We actually tripled our income in the last year when they joined. We sold over $9 million, all because we followed the Paperless Agent plan. And so thank you, Teresa.
Tripled. I want to hone in on that. They tripled their income because they did what we recommend that they do.
Yeah, so here's what you want to do. If you want to sign up, click on the turquoise blue button to join our club now so that you can get the bonuses of our client welcome kit templates, that Facebook Marketing for Real Estate, which retails at $597, and the professional dossier template, and getting all of those benefits in the marketing club that we've talked about for only $67. Sign up today because those bonus gifts are for today, and you want to sign up before the day gets away from you.
Okay, so here's what you need to do. Chris just went through everything that you're going to get by joining our marketing club. So go over to the chat section. I have a link there. It's a blue link. It says Join Club Now. As soon as you click on that link, it's going to take you to a specific page that is meant for you. Sign up immediately. Sign up right now as we're transitioning into Q&A. Sign up, and then you're going to receive an email in your inbox that gives you access to our training library, which, by the way, Chris is going to show in a few minutes. So go sign up right now. You'll get that email. If it doesn't show up in your inbox, it probably popped into your spam folder. And if you're using Gmail, it probably ended up in your promotions tab. Jennifer B says, holy moly, this is exciting. I'm in. I love it. Jennifer, welcome to the club. Can't wait to see you. Chris, what are you doing here?
I just wanted to show everybody who's interested in joining the marketing club how they access their stuff. So Gary mentioned about getting the email. Once you log in, you're going to see that this is the dashboard that you'll have access to. The MVP, or the marketing materials that we give you every month, is located right here under monthly value program. The marketing website is located here. You'll set that up. Let me show you what the marketing website looks like. We'll pull up Gary's here because I think I showed you guys mine earlier.
As you pull that up, by the way, Jeanette says, besides the $67, what other add-ons are there? There aren't.
They're not. You get everything.
You get everything.
That's everything.
In
all
the
this
club,
is included.
You get all this stuff.
The marketing website, you can put listings. There's actually lead generation pages that you can create. And we post the blog post for you every single month. It's a full-on blog post, and it's not some light thing. It's like well-researched, professionally written, and we put it in there. So you'll access, oops, I went to the wrong place right there. You'll access that marketing website there. The training library is located right here. and then the tools and template library is located there. And there's a bunch of other stuff. There's a training calendar, access to the private Facebook group. We did a cool 14-day goal, business goal. All this stuff is included, by the way. All this stuff is in there. Your Facebook marketing for real estate program will be located in there. All the tools will be located here from your from your customer access portal.
All right, Christine just wrote, I'm also in, and Mindy says, and we can cancel at any time?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No contract, no commitment.
No. Pam says, is the club month by month, and we could cancel if we decide a few months in? Absolutely. Yeah, and we make it really easy to cancel. We don't want to keep you tied into something that you don't want. So Pam et al., go sign up right now. Like I said, go click on that Join Club now. And in fact, I'm going to take the liberty and post that in the chat section. So, you know, if for some reason you minimize that, you don't know how to get it back, I'm giving it to you right now. So, Rebecca says, can you provide reports with Canadian stats?
We do. We actually do a Canadian version when we use US-based stats. We'll create a second version for our Canadian clients. I wanted to pull up our private Facebook group because I agree with Michael, who said that this alone is worth the membership, because you get in here and what you're going to see is, like, look, there's Mary Anglin sharing a video that she's doing. This is an example of her customer-facing stuff that she's doing. There's really, like, I want to pull up a conversation that I was involved with recently. Where is it? It was about, I asked this question, what's your single most important question about generating and finding leads? And then I gotta start expanding it, because it's like there were so many comments that it had comments embedded in the comments. But all of a sudden, all these people came out of the woodwork to not only say, this is what I'm interested in, but then the whole community is saying, oh, this is how you do that. Oh, this is what I'm doing for that. This is what I'm doing here. And so all of a sudden, you got great, rich advice. And I'm telling you, there are some really, I mean, there's people who are way smarter than Gary and I doing.
What?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Gary, there are people in here who are like, I mean, there are people who are doing many times our production level, just killing it in there. And here's what's crazy about it, is they're willing to share what they're doing. You know, like, they're willing to share. In fact, we did a live training yesterday that's being recorded, and like they gave me examples of their Facebook ads that are working and how to do them and how to use them. So I mean, it's so exciting to be a part of something like that. And that's just, I mean, you'll see that there's thousands of people in here, very generous with their advice and their referrals. We get referrals. Everyone's getting referrals through it. There's no, you know, like, there's no one trying to tax the referrals in there. You know how some of those platforms do that? No, you just go in there and share best practices and what's working for you. And if you have referrals, exchange them there as well.
Yep, you got it. All right. Now that you've signed up, or at least you've clicked on the link and you're signing up right now, I want to read out some of our comments as we get to Q&A. Pam Jones says, okay, just joined. Thanks, guys. Pat says, just joined, excited, really looking forward to this program. Scott said, just joined, looking forward to this awesome program. Patty says, I'm in all caps. I love that one. And Mindy says, sounds great, no downside, with lots of great benefits, I'm in. So welcome to everybody who has just joined our marketing club. Like Chris said, when you sign up right now during this webcast, you're going to get our Client Welcome Kit templates for free, which you go in and you modify. You're going to get them in either Microsoft or Apple products, so you know, it doesn't matter what kind of computer you're using.
I think it's in Keynote or PowerPoint.
There you go.
It's going to work in all platforms, or if it's like a letter, it'll be in Microsoft Word as well as Pages. So, and they're like templates. You go in and change them. It's not like, oh, here's just some inspiration and then go make it yourself. No, like, take our template, do whatever the heck you want with it. We don't put our logo. I mean, you can delete our logo because we just use that as an example, but even on the marketing materials that we provide, we don't put our copyright. There's nothing referring to us because we want them to be yours.
They're yours. We're giving them to you. You also get the Facebook Marketing for Real Estate program. By the way, if you want to implement this 12-month marketing calendar program that we just went through month by month, you have got to know how to do it. And so that's why Chris is giving you our Facebook Marketing Real Estate for Real Estate program. It's normally $597. You're going to get it.
You know, guys, one of the things that common experience, and this is something that I've been seeing across our Facebook business pages as well as our Facebook ad accounts, is what you're seeing is this really huge shift in what kind of results people are getting. And it's actually, the shift is not for the positive, because let me share with you what's happening below that shift. Right? So a lot of people are seeing that, oh, I used to do this on Facebook and it's not working. I used to post in Facebook and people would see it, engage with it. I used to run ads and people would click on it and do this. And here's what's happening, is the machine's getting smarter. Right? Facebook is getting a lot smarter.
Of course.
And it also has an understanding of the experience that it wants to produce. So when you understand the experience that Facebook is trying to produce for its users,
yes,
and you understand how the machine is gauging content and distributing it, whether it's organic content or ad content, now you have the knowledge and the necessary understanding to say, what should I be producing when I go to Facebook to put something in there? We've had to radically shift how we communicate on Facebook. I'll just give you some examples of the stuff that we've had to do. One of the things that Facebook wants us to do is they want us to tell more stories. I'm not just talking about utilizing the stories feature in Facebook and Instagram. I'm talking about telling stories in terms of what a story is. It's talking about, here's what's going on with me, with people that I know, with my clients. It's telling stories and sharing that in a one-to-one style communication. So what they're seeing is that the one-to-one Facebook, what they're observing is that more people are using the one-to-one style communication than the, let me just post something and hope lots of people see it. That's not the way it works anymore.
Right.
They're seeing one-to-one communication. They're seeing increased use of the messenger tool. They're seeing actually, like, here's something that Mark Zuckerberg said. He said that the current adoption rate of Facebook stories, which none of us are using, but the current adoption rate of Facebook stories will soon surpass the news feed. Now, they've been throttling it a little bit because they hadn't had an ability to monetize it, but that is changing in 2019, is that they're going to be monetizing it. One of the things that he said in the third quarter report for Facebook's their investor update that they shared in third quarter, not fourth quarter, is that expect to be able to see a paid messenger feature, kind of like how LinkedIn has where you can send an inbox thing. Expect to see that. So all of these one-on-one style communications. Now, part of that is not just the technical implementation of it, of sending messenger, but it's the quality of the content itself. So that's where the machine learning kicks in. The machine learning says, does this look like something that is a one-to-one communication that many people would appreciate? Let me test it. Let me see. Oh, yes, people are responding to this. And this is exactly the kind of information that we share with you guys who join our marketing club, who want to be able to do innovative strategies, who want to be able to be on that cutting edge of what other people are not doing. You don't want to be that tired old person who's not changing their strategies, not changing their tactics, because the market's shifting. You saw the customer journey, how long it is, and how that's hard. The fact that the customer journey is that long is hard unless you're using these types of tools like Facebook to be able to stay in touch without all of the effort.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, is to make it easy. Remember, in the very beginning of this training, Chris said that for marketing to be effective, number one, you have to give people valuable stuff. And number two, it's got to be easy to get it to them. Yeah. Otherwise, we're not gonna do it. So what we're doing is we're giving you the good stuff to send out, and we're showing you how to do it easily in that omnipresent way.
That's why I love Facebook so much, Gary, is because they, for all the things you can knock them on all the privacy stuff, but they are committed to their users and their advertisers. That's one thing that they are committed to. They always put the users first. But then, and they tell advertisers what to do. Most of us don't listen to what they're saying or don't know how to do it. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing is, and I'm guilty of this too. I'll go like a month or two without really paying attention to what's going on in Facebook, and I'll go in and I'll be like, oh, my ads aren't working good right now, and then I have to go in and get myself updated. But what I do is I share those updates with you guys on our member trainings so that you're always up to date. But I do love Facebook because they make it easier to stay in touch, and they say, here's how we want you to do it. Do more stories, do more Facebook Live, do more Messenger, do more this. Oh, okay.
Sometimes he's talking and he's on a roll, and I'm like, I'm going to answer this quick question over here, and then he stops, and I'm like,
what was he talking about?
now what do I do? Somebody had asked, can you post the link back in the chat section? I'm posting it there. It's also the blue button. So go join, like we said, go join right now. make it really easy for you to join. Click on that blue button that says Join Club Now, or on the hyperlink that I just posted in the chat section. Do that before this session ends, because we don't want you to lose the bonuses that you get when you join today.
All right, what are some of the questions? What are some of the nitty-gritty questions that people have had?
Nitty-gritty. Number one, Vinu, we had a lot of questions about this, and I'm just going to read one because I think I had 10 of them. How customized would your content be with respect to the local area that we serve? So the point here is that the MVP that you send out, that we give you, is focused around what people that we know, what home buyers and home sellers are concerned about, the fundamentals. What we're not doing is we're not giving you market statistics for your region.
Right.
That's what you do. You go to your board of realtors and you get them from those. What we're doing is we're giving you valuable marketing information to send out. We're giving you the goods.
Well, hands down, I always poll our marketing club members. What's your favorite feature? How can we improve it? What's your favorite feature? And hands down, the number one feature that people come back to, that they say that, hey, this is why we love what you guys do, it's the marketing tools. Because what we do is we give you, like, here's the templates, here's the content. Many of our clients will choose to take it to the next level. Like, so Mary Anglin, she was in that private Facebook group. Mary Anglin does a phenomenal job. Let me pull up that video that she. My screen's not sharing.
That's okay.
But Mary Anglin she takes the.
Do you want to share it?
I don't need to.
All right.
So Mary Anglin, for example, will take the report, like the monthly report that we send out, and she will, because of our advice, shoot a video talking about that piece. And she interprets it for her audience, right? She makes, and why is that effective, particularly on social media? Well, all of a sudden, that is one-to-one communication. So she'll shoot a video on it. She'll go and take that and turn that into multiple images to share on Instagram, on Facebook, and other social media platforms that she's using. And so remember, the consistency part is being able to have some of that, like starting from scratch is hard. I know this because we used to try and do that. So the great thing now is, we're getting marketing materials produced for us, and then we're sharing that with you guys. But figuring out what to do is hard. That's why we're utilizing our paperless team to do this for us and to do this for you guys. The other thing is then the ease of implementation, which is all about the tools. Now, that's where you're going to continue to learn. You're going to continue to learn innovative strategies. That, for me, and I think for many of you, because you're here today, here's what I would speculate. Is that when you learn how to do something new in your real estate practice, it energizes you, right? I can't tell you how many times where I've learned how to do something new, learned how to use a feature, when all of a sudden I'm like, this makes marketing real estate
I got to
fun.
tell a story, Chris. You know this story, but I got messaged by a gentleman who joined our marketing club, and he said, I have to admit something. I'm 82 years old, and I'm retired from real estate. And I found you guys online, saw your training, joined your marketing club, and I reactivated my license because this makes selling real estate fun again.
I know it's happened for him because there was a feature on our website that Gary learned how to use, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh my goodness, I gotta get busy," because it was just one new feature that he learned how to master. It was that one messaging feature for our IDX site, and all of a sudden Gary's off to the races.
I'm on it,
and I know
and our business has gone like this because of it.
And it makes it fun. Like it can. All business can, all like professional careers can tend to have a bit of a grinding aspect to it unless we are intentionally finding ways to make it fun. Yeah. And I don't know about all the ways. I do know one way, and that's to learn something new. Learn something new because that's going to re-energize you to go do it, and then you experience the benefit. It's rewarding, and then you get the result, which is even more fun. And if you are creating a little bit of a boundary on what you're learning about, i.e. this will help me professionally, this will help me, solve a specific problem in my business. That's what we do within our marketing club, is to create that boundary for you. I know you're going to be more excited. You're probably already got some excitement going into the new year. Well, let's just put that in overdrive.
Well, another thing, Chris, is real estate can be a really lonely business.
Oh, yeah.
We are solo top performers in real estate unless you're on a team, which is not everybody. And so it's so great to be part of a fun community that is ambitious and kicking tail and just after it. And like Alicia just said, I was thinking this may make my business fun again. Well, I certainly hope so.
You know what?
John said, I signed up, but my email and password are not working. If that happens, email, Emma, thank you, Emma.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Another question. Oh, I wanted to get to this quickly. Kieran said, I'm filling out the info to join. I don't see the landing page referenced. That is included, correct? Yes. Here's the thing. We cannot list, well, we could. We could list out everything that you get by joining the marketing club.
You'd be here all day.
We'd be here all day, and that sign-up form would be like pages and pages long. But yes, you are
It's
getting
all in
that.
there. It's part of the marketing club features.
Yeah. Okay. And Jean says, yes, I just signed up. Now I'm on my way to greatness. Well, we can't wait to see that happen. So I'm going to get to some more questions, but so many of you who are joining today have already shared with us that you're joining. And I actually wanted to give some props to people who did not mention that they joined, but they have. I have Ed, Lisa, Angie, Chad, Elaine, Scott, Dawn, Jill, Chris, Christine, Alicia, Patricia, Ken, Daphne, Cynthia, Graham, Bielen, Crystal, Rosanna, Pat, Cindy, Dee Dee, Jennifer, Lisa, Vivian. I can't read them all. So if you are joining today and you wanted to introduce yourself to us and to everybody else, go to the chat section and say, I'm in. Beth says Soapbox is like Loom, correct?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Loom, but I love Soapbox. It's
and Beth
free,
says,
it's
can
easy.
Soapbox video be uploaded to Instagram?
Yeah, because there's a share. You just grab that link. You don't even, the thing is, you can pay for a paid plan from Wisty if you want to save that stuff in your account, but it'll host it for you. You just grab that link, share it wherever you want.
Yep.
Just go, here's what go make your first one. Don't plan on sharing it with anybody. Go do your first one to see how easy it is. And then you'll probably want to do it a few times because you're going to be like, oh, wait, I didn't do my hair proper. And oh, wait a minute, I didn't have the lighting. It's okay.
Yep, no worries. Lori said, how would I find the market stats in my area? Contact your local MLS or Board of Realtors.
You know, you could probably Google search that pretty easily. Just do whatever your area is. Like if we were to do, Google Austin MLS stats, I know they actually, like the Austin Association of Realtors publishes a pretty cool thing every single month. Many of your local associations will produce a press release that has that stats. So you can just take that information, grab it, or grab it from the MLS. It's all there.
Trish says, how do you print a receipt for tax purposes on how much you spent on Facebook for ads? I don't. What you can do is just go keep your credit card statements and use that. That's going to be the easiest way to do it.
We get billed pretty frequently.
Yes.
I always see like $700, $700, $700.
Will you pull up real quick? I am really curious. Have we crested? No, just pull up how much money we've spent on Facebook ads.
Facebook ads? I'll tell you.
All right. Next question.
You're not going to be happy.
Jolie says, if I join the marketing club, is there customer service?
Yes, there is. Jordan's in charge of our customer service. So Jordan will be taking care, Jordan and her team, I should say. Jordan manages the team who takes care of our customer service and helping individuals who have questions about our programs.
Okay. Nancy says, I'm a brand new agent. You talk so fast and jump around. What type of Facebook account should I set up? I already have a personal account. Okay, so in that Facebook Marketing for Real Estate program, Chris actually takes you from the beginning of time of Facebook and helps you understand what account to set up, how to set it up, all the way through really advanced marketing and advertising like retargeting and pixels. So he does all of that for you. So when you sign up, Nancy, you're going to get answers to all of those questions.
I will tell you this. You need a business page to utilize the ad platform. You can't do it using the personal account. Good news is, if you pay attention to what people say, train on Facebook, they say you should be posting every day and all this kind of stuff. You don't actually need to do that. Algorithms change so much that those old school rules really don't apply anymore. And we explain that, like how frequently you really need to post, a couple times a week is plenty, and we give you enough to do that. But Gary, I'm looking at our ad account, so since $762,000. And $168.48.
Thank you for the 48 cents.
thought you'd want to know
so
that.
So you're learning from somebody who has spent over $762,000.
Yeah, because this is a primary account, but I have a few ancillary accounts as well.
We're probably over 800. Well, close.
Pretty close. I would say it's right around there. Within the next month or two, it'll probably be there.
Okay. Lisa says, I really like the verbiage and conversational manner of your emails. It doesn't sound like a sales pitch.
Oh,
no.
Let me make a point about that. So nobody wants to read corporate professional speak. You don't, neither does your customer. And so the more personalized tone that you could have, the more likely someone's going to read it. I mean, can you imagine how awkward your listing appointment would be or your consultation if you talked the way many of us write in our emails and stuff like that? I mean, people would just think you're straight up weird,
Well, I'll be honest, people think I'm weird anyway.
They do, but they would probably be like, man, this person is strange. Like, I don't know if I want to work with an individual who talks like a corporate brochure, because nobody talks like a corporate brochure except for maybe a robot. And at that point, you'd be like, I don't know if I want to list with this robot. I think I'm going to go find me somebody a little bit more interesting. But that's true of... Now, here's the thing. I know what drives the desire to write that super professional speaking, because we want to represent ourselves in a certain way. But then you're just writing for yourself. You're not writing for the person who's going to read it. When we write stuff or when we put together, it doesn't matter if it's emails, ad copy, your website, your landing pages, your bios, it needs to read like how you would be talking with them. And you would talk to them, and you would probably adjust how you talk with the person sitting in front of you based on how they're responding. So that's what you want to do. And the easiest way to, one of the things that I do, this is a little trick, because I mentioned I can be lazy when it comes to this kind of thing. So instead of sitting down and thinking about everything I'm going to say, I will just open up a note and I'll just start dictating what I'm saying. I'll just start talking how I would want, what I'm going to put in the email. Then I take that and then I modify it, because then it actually has my real words in it, right? It's got my real words in it. I've actually done enough stuff for Gary where I can write like he talks too, right? I've just done it. We've been working together for like last 6 years, so I kind of know what his tone is going to be like. So
that's scary.
So I just speak it out loud. But many of the best practices when it comes to these marketing principles, you're going to find that in the Marketing Club. We talk about this stuff all the time. The need for having a right person, right message at the right time, and how to go about implementing right person, right message at the right time. And then using what we're learning from how the digital marketing environments are changing. How's Facebook changing? How should we market now? How's Google Ads changing? How should we market now? How are people opening emails? What should we be doing now? So.
Next question. We have several questions about this, Chris, and I'll just read the top one. Does the website you provide offer IDX?
No, that's why I refer to it as a marketing website. It's not a full-fledged IDX website. It's not meant to do that. What we're trying to accomplish is, in a very light fashion, is to be able to, one, make it easier for people to find you online. We try to do as much as we can to implement the best SEO practices there, but there are things that you have to do, like set it up, connect your social media accounts to the website, so on and so forth. It's not meant to be a full-blown IDX website. We do have recommended providers for many things, everything from websites to CRMs and so on and so forth. And when you become a member, after get yourself situated and you want to go up to that next level of having an IDX website, that's what you would do. If you have an IDX website right now, don't change it. That's the last thing you would want to do, because you don't want to lose all the historic traffic. This is meant to complement, in addition to your online website, not meant to replace it.
Yep. All right.
Someone was asking about some FSBO and expired
listings.
listings.
So Lori says, do you have anything with FSBOs and expireds?
Go to the template library, into the training library, and just search it, and there's going to be stuff that's in there that we've covered for that.
Yep. Next question I have is, how often, this is a good question, Chris, how often should you upload the database to add in new leads? So how often should you upload your database into Facebook?
Okay, well, there's never one answer.
There is not.
Okay, so when you get to...
Thanks for asking that question. We'll resume our broadcast in 15 minutes when Chris is done talking.
The first way to do it, this is going to be the expensive way to do it, but if you have a lot of leads coming in, like dozens and dozens a day, it's worth paying for a service. I think the one that we're using is Oh, actually, ours is a custom one, but I know Ad Espresso has a service. I know AdSumo, I think, has a service, and then Zapier also. You can kind of connect it from Facebook to go into do an audience connection piece. But if you're updating it, what I end up doing oftentimes is like I try to do it once a month. Basically, whenever I'm going into campaigns, I just update the audience. I don't even like update it. I just export it from our CRM and just drag a new one in there, and then I'll just put the month that I updated it. I think I actually haven't updated it since October. Now that we're talking about it, I should probably do that this month.
Yeah, you should probably do that.
So, because I know we've been adding a lot of folks to it. But that's probably going to be, when you're first getting started, that's going to be sufficient, because doing something is better than doing nothing, right? And so even if you're doing it poorly, if it's really worth doing, it's worth doing poorly, right? I think G.K. Chesterton said that. If something's truly worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. So it's better to have your database in there, even if it's been outdated for a couple of months, and doing stuff with it, than having nothing in there at all.
All right, next question. Yvette says, how can I have a oh, wait, hold on. Somebody messaged and said, it says the offer is end. Oh, hold on. Let me relaunch that offer. Sorry about that. I had it set up on a timer. And we're actually going over time. So I'm going to add that for 5 more minutes there. So if you have not signed up yet and you plan on doing it today, go sign up right now, like right now, because I just added 5 more minutes on that timer, because that's about how much longer we're going to be here. Yvette says, how can I have a Facebook business page not connected to my personal page?
You will.
No, but she doesn't want it.
Oh, well, well, then what you're going to do is you would create a separate Facebook profile just for the purpose of having that business page.
Got it. But you have to have a personal profile in order to have a business.
I would press you on a little bit, because your connections that you have through your personal profile have a lot of value, because people are more, people who are in our sphere of influence, one of the reasons why they're likely to work with us, especially if we cultivate the right behaviors with them, is that they inherently trust us because they know us personally. So somebody who knows you personally is more likely to work with you than somebody who doesn't know you personally, right? Just statistically speaking, especially if you're taking proactive steps to educate them on your competence. That's one of the things that we oftentimes don't do with our personal relationships, is that we don't ever let them know that we are competent in what we do. It's why they end up working with somebody else, and then you drive by their house and you're like, why somebody else's sign in their yard?
That has never happened to me.
Oh yeah, it's happened to him. And it's because we really didn't take the time to demonstrate the competence that somebody else did.
Yeah.
And so if you're wanting to separate the ad account, I want to probably ask you why you want to do that. Because those things can work really nicely together. I'll give you an example. One of the things that we do is when we post when we do a coming soon or just listed campaign, for example, we'll put that on our business page, but then, Gary and his brother Jonathan, collectively we're a team, they'll share that on their personal pages, right? And so what does that do? Starting to help that algorithm, machine learning, say, ooh, someone's taking the time to put this on their personal page. Ooh, people are interacting with this on the personal page. People must like this. Maybe I should share this more. Maybe if they're running an ad, I can lower the cost of advertising because this is content that's being preferred. That's how the algorithm works.
There you go. All right, so if you want, by the way, last offer here, if you want to join our marketing club and you want to get, let me just show you these bonuses. If you want to get all of these bonuses today, then what you need to do is you go sign up for that right now.
We strive to be the best, the top real estate self-service marketing solution.
Yep.
And so hopefully that'll come across when you sign in and start putting some of these things to work. And sign up now so you can get these bonus gifts today.
Last chance, and by the way, huge shout out to our newest members, Dan, Sheila, Victoria, Jennifer, Manuel, Ingrid, Pam, Cassandra, Kevin, Diane, Charles, and Teresa. So welcome to the Marketing Club. Cannot wait to see you guys active in the club. Cannot wait to see you guys active in the Facebook group as well.
All right. Are we done?
We are done. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope you found this extremely valuable, and we can't wait to see you online. Go sign up right now.
Yep. See you in the private Facebook group. We'll see you online. Take care.